What's going on YouTube? It's Carbine Joey and I'm back with this video. Yeah, I got a little mess going on here. Made a video of this before. This is my M&P Shield EZ 9mm made by the Performance Center. Love this firearm. Just in case anybody wants to see, it's clean. No rounds in there. I always check them before I make any video. Alright, so what I did was I went out and bought the Streamlight TLR-7A Flex. The difference between this one and the TLR-7, it's the way the buttons are. On the TLR-7, they're on the side. On these are back. It comes with the same thing. It comes with the plates for you to, use them for different, guns. For the M&P Shield, it's two of them you use. It will say the 1913-2 or the Universal -2, and those are the ones that fit. Alright, what I'm doing here is, and I just decided to make the video just in case anybody else runs into this problem when you're trying to change it. On this firearm, it has the high profile one. I gotta be careful because there's these two little things in there. That's another thing. When you change these, you gotta watch out. The two little things that are connected to the push buttons, they'll flop right out. So I would just be extremely careful with that so you don't lose them. Alright, well this is the high one. So when I got it on my firearm, my finger is way over it. And then I got to inch my finger back to press it. I don't like all that movement around when, in a situation. I like to have everything ready to go. So I figured I'll go ahead and change it out for the other one that they have, which is much smaller. Alright, and it's your button is in the bottom compared to this one where the button is extremely high up and thicker. So this will work good for like a longer firearm, not like this one which is a compact. If you would have like a 1911 or a big Glock or something like that, this will work perfect because it'll be kind of far away from your trigger. As far as this one, you're definitely going to want to change it. Another thing is, when you do change them, they do not give you extra screws. So you got to take the screws off of the one that it comes with. And they always come already with the high one installed. Now the screws, you figure you take the Allen key they give you, you screw it right out and you're done. No, it stays stuck in that plastic. So you got to take your Allen key, and once you get the screw back as far as it can, you got to stick the Allen key inside the hole. You got to go ahead and get it out as far as you can, and then stick that, that Allen key right in that hole. Let me get some better lighting here. So you gotta get it right in that hole so you can be able to push that out. And that is not cool because if you lose a screw, then you gotta call them. And these things are not cheap. The regular price of one of these are like $170 some, over $200. I got this one for $138 on Gals. GalsUniform.com is GALLS.com, or GalsUniform.com, and I use Cecil. Cecil, you pay 25% of whatever the purchase price is, and then you just put that, like if it's $100, they want $25 right there, and then every 2 weeks, on that same day that you got the item for, is when you pay the other $25. And you do that 3 times after you paid the first $25 and you're paid. So it's Cecil's. And it's pretty cool. I have, and the more you buy from them, the higher your credit goes. They don't do no credit check. I guess they go through your phone number and your address. I don't know how exactly they can tell, but I did that one. And then there's another one called Afterpay. I like both of them, but I've been using Cecil's a lot. So here we go. This one, you see how you got to push them through? Which in a way is a good thing, I guess, so they won't fall out on you, but I don't tell you that, so you be thinking if you do it too hard, you're going to break something here. And it must be some kind of Loctite or something that they had stuck in there prior. But just those two little knobs in there, they're already moving around. I know you're not going to see them, but they're the little plastic with a gasket on it that pushes it, and it's on a slant, so it can't spin on you all the time. But you gotta get them lined up just right, which if you see how small it is, it's like really a pain in the neck to do it. So I'm just gonna put them in the way they land, and hope that that'll work, because there's really there you go, I got that one lined up there. I understand the concept so it don't spin, but at the same time, man, they could have made a little bit of easier design. There was no reason for all of that. Not that I see anyway. We'll see, I just don't want to put this all back together for this little notch that's sitting in there. Right, I got this one pretty close to it. Sorry, I don't mean to bore you guys with this little stupid stuff here. I would just figure I'd make this video just to show you how a pain in the neck this can be to change, and to also talk about how awesome this light is. So I'm not bringing down this light at all. I love it. It's the best light out of all of the lights I have. I can give this one, give it 10 stars because it's that good. It has 3 different functions. Come on, 500 lumens from one battery. 3 different features. You got the momentary, you got the one-click solid on, and if you want the strobe light function, you got to press it 10 times, and after the 10th one, you hold it. When the light goes off, that's activating your strobe light. Then after that, it'll be 1 momentary, a quick click is steady on, 2 clicks is the strobe. Alright, so now we got 2 buttons on top, 1 button on the bottom, and that piece decides to fall down again. So this looks like it's going to have to get done upside down. There's no way I'm going to be able to get this on with it like that, because it's going to be impossible to get it on there. So we got 2 up, 1 down. Alright, giving that a quick test. So if you ever get one of these, you'll see what I'm talking about. Those little it's just like a plastic piece with a rubber washer around it, but they're extremely small. They're like as small as one of these screw heads. They should have, I understand that the gaskets go bad, you can change them, but they should have made them where they pop in and pop out, or made it all one complete unit, because man, they're a pain in the butt to make them fall into place. So but besides that, and this is metal, but the cover is plastic, so I don't think I want to crank on this too much, but at the same time I don't want it to get any water in it. With my luck, I'll have to turn this light on when it's pouring rain outside, and I want to make sure. Plus you got recoil, so I would take this and stick it in my range bag, Allen key, just in case. Alright, so what I was saying here is 1 click, holding it down, momentarily on, 1 click on, double click, strobe. Now that feature does not come on unless you do the pushing it 10 times, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Once you get to 10, you know, on the 10th one, you hold it down. On that 10th one, the light will come on, come off, and then And it's supposed to be like whatever you leave it on. Like if I have it on strobe and I shut it off, whenever I turn it back on, it remembers that, and it's not doing it. I'm not sure if that's the way you do it, but I had it where so it doesn't have a memory, and if it does, I don't know exactly how to use it, because memory would be, I'm holding it there, that's where the last one I used. Alright, so if it's there and I'm holding it in, usually on memories you do that. Once you let it go, when you hit it again, that's the first thing it's going to go on to. But this one doesn't. But who cares? Because in a situation, you're going to want to strobe, you're going to have to click twice. That's why it's good to train with anything, any accessories you put on your firearm is extremely important to train with it. Because anything can change at any time, and you want to make sure you're prepared for different firearms if you have. This one also comes, there's the plates that I was saying before, that you change them. All you do is just take this screw off, this plate pops right out, you drop it in again, and that's the part that sticks in your Picatinny. And the difference is where these rails are at. They'll have one there in the front and in the back here, so you can position position it in different stages. So there you can get the one that's back there, and it's just, you can set it up differently. And I have a couple of friends that have this light that actually said they did not need to tighten it all the way, because once they tighten it with their hand, with their finger, was just good enough. And it held on. With them using the firearm, and it never fell off. So, do I try that? No. If it's gonna go on my gun, it's gonna go on there, and it's gonna, you don't want to crank it down, because there's no need to. See, that feels better to me now. It's more natural. See, because now in my shooting hand, let me see here, my shooting hand, it's just right there. Because that's how I fire, with my hand like that, right? There's more lever. The other one was sticking out way up here, where I had to inch back on it. And then the M&P Shield EZ has this trigger safety. So that also, there's a lot of stuff on here. So with it shooting back so much, I had to, maneuver my hand too much. I wanted to be able to just touch it with my other hand. But if need be, if I don't have that hand available, I don't want to be bringing my hand so far back. I want to just be able to do that. So it's perfect. I love the idea that they send the two different buttons, so that way people would be able to pick and choose there. The Streamlight is great. I love the way it was put together. The only issue I had was with those small little pieces there, but hey, you can't have everything perfect, and for that dollar amount, you definitely can't beat it. 500 lumens, this thing is like high beams on a car. It is extremely powerful. I would not want to be on the other end of that strobe light, but it looks awesome. It just fits the firearm perfect. I did order a holster. Well, sorry, I am ordering a holster that's specifically made for the M&P Shield EZ Performance Center, because the Performance Center is just slightly longer, and then you got the extended barrel. So I got that one, and they don't have it with the TLR-7A, but they do make it with the TLR-7. And the only difference between the 7 and 7A is that these buttons are back here, and on the other ones, the buttons are right here on the side. So you're just pushing in. They're ambidextrous, one on each side. So that's the only difference. So I wouldn't see that the holster, it definitely will have to, they're the same dimensions, everything is identical. So I don't see it, that whole other holster has to have some kind of height here. So this is flush with that, so it's going to work perfect. And I just love this firearm. I mean, it's awesome. To have some H2 high glow sights, these things are like, I don't know if you can see it in there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but these things are like flashlights at nighttime. They're so, oh my God, so bright. And I did some, letterings to it. I put the gold letters. This stuff I get from Walmart. It's art paint, but it's metallic, so it really stinks out a lot. And I have a video posted also of Another firearm I purchased with some things I did to it, and that's the Ruger EC. What is it? Yeah, the Ruger EC9S. That's another firearm, but this is one of my favorites, and it has the on and off, so you can't kill the battery. It also has, I think it's a 3-minute feature, or a 10-minute feature, I can't remember. But it shuts off if the light stays on for that amount of time. And I think it's an hour and a half using the light non-stop. Yeah, it says it uses 1 3-volt CR123A. It's waterproof. It only weighs 2.4 ounces. Has limited lifetime warranty. You can keep it running for 1.5 hours. It has a high switch mount on light and a low switch mount, and that's the one I decided to change. The low switch mount is 500 lumens, so it breaks it down there between high and low. So it fits on any kind of guns. Of course, they're gonna show it with a Glock. I'm not. I had a few Glocks. I'm not. I still got one. I'm not all into Glocks. Mine's is Smith & Wesson and Ruger, but I have a Glock. I just more into more compactish firearms. But yeah, this Streamlight, man, it's awesome. It fits just beautiful on this firearm. And yes, even though the firearm is empty, I am not pointing at myself. I'm on the side, so that firearm is not pointing at me. I don't point any firearms empty, checked, or anything at me at any time. Alright, YouTube, thank you once again for watching another video. And to all my subscribers, I want to thank you very much. Please like, share this video. And if you haven't subscribed, give me a chance, subscribe, and I'll be coming out with content as soon as different things pull in. But I have a couple of more videos that will be coming out soon. Alright, YouTube, you have a blessed day. Carbine Joey's out.